Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel. And one of the questions I get regularly, and I get it today again, is why do companies actually have new software, new versions all the time? And like Windows, or even you'll have Photoshop, then you'll have a new version of Photoshop. You got to pay again, and so on. And well, this question is, of course, there's two reasons for it. First of all, in the case of Windows, what happens is Windows does need to have new versions from time to time for the new technologies. You can't add layers and layers. It at some point it doesn't work. Now that changed with Windows 10 because Windows as a service actually added the capability of this, which means technically Windows 10 didn't have to get Windows 11 after. It could have just been Windows 10 and you just tweak it with new features and change the interface. And Windows as a service is not what people want in general because it means updates, updates, updates. And especially when there were two a year, it was kind of a little complex. But it added the capability that Windows didn't have before. Windows XP, for example, or Windows 7, you just couldn't add layers. There's a point in time where you need to move on to a new system if you want to add new technologies. There's just no choice, or else Windows gets really, really too big and it just doesn't work. So moving from Windows, XP to Windows 7, for example, was something that had to be done for newer technologies. And, we had changes over time. We went from 32-bit systems to 64-bit systems. Well, it requires a new version. You have to rewrite to use the new technologies. So there is a need to rewrite and have new versions for new technologies. Once again, in the case of Windows 10, that's different because Windows as a service means Windows 10 could technically have new versions which add simply all the new technologies in it, because every time we would get a big feature update, it was kind of a new version of Windows. In terms of software like Photoshop, for example, we'll take that as an example. It's more, because they add features, yes. And a little bit like Windows, there is sometimes a need to rewrite the code. And the problem is software isn't free. And, you might say, oh, well, Windows 11 is free. It went from Windows 10 to Windows 11 for free. Yeah, some people did. The thing is, the majority of people will get Windows 11 with a new PC. This has always been the case most of the time. People got a new version of Windows when they would buy a new computer. And so that isn't free. When you buy a new computer, the Windows you have on it, you paid for it. You paid the license with the price. It's within the price that you actually paid for the computer. So it isn't technically free. They have hundreds, thousands of employees. So what happens is that if you would stick to one version of a software, people would buy that. And they would not see the need to buy anything else. So in order to have the possibility of making money and keeping the employees at work and so on, well, that's the way that the software industry is working. It's making new versions that you sell to replace an older version. And you try to appeal by, adding features that people are going to say, oh, this is so cool. This new feature, I need it. But, it's an industry where it's to make money. When I see a lot of people saying, well, it seems Microsoft just wants to make money, that's exactly what Microsoft wants to do. It is a business. It is a business, that is, that needs to make money. That's the way it works. It's there to make as much money as possible. So, it's foolish to think that, they're going to try to give us something just because they want to give us something. No, there's a story behind it, and one of them is, well, we need to make profits, and that's it. They need to please Wall Street with all of the trading and making more and more money, and it's part of the way that these companies work, and part of the reason of having new software is simple: making more money, selling more software. And that's a never-ending story, basically. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.